the drama has already gotten started. They didn't even wait, man. We got OBJ in the mix. You got Antonio Brown came out of nowhere. There's George Kittle must have found out before everybody else. He's over there starting things off. Sup what?
George Kittle out there, he's out there recruiting. So not only is he the best tight end in the league, in the history of the league, just so far out here breaking all these records, and now he can add recruiting to the resume.
Are you listening?
Ronbo Sports here, representing the Niner Empire organization worldwide. Where 49ers football, it does not end. Fam, you doing all right? Hope you have a happy new year. And it's gonna be a new year too. And it's gonna be a good new year. It's gonna be a good year, period. 2019. I know we say this every year, particularly me. This is it. The 2018 season has died, been buried, and we've been put out of our misery. God, what were the odds of that happening again? Man, I bet you couldn't even calculate that. You'll lose everybody to start the season, and then you progressively lose everybody else the rest of the season. Oh, God, I can't believe that. This is why I'm saying I just don't see it happening again. I really don't. You can pray and do other things, put garlic around your neck, do something. We just can't have that again for 2014 was bad. We had injuries. 2014 we started having injuries. You do realize that, right? 2015, 2016, 2017, you already know. Dang it! Why does everybody else enjoy good health? Well, everybody doesn't. But we seem to get more injuries than everybody else. Oh, please let us not have that happen. You know what's going to be worried about all next year? All we're going to be able to think about, we get through week 1, right? We're healthy. We get out of preseason, we're healthy. We're thinking, okay. We get into week 1, oh, look at us. We get into week 2, 3, oh, we're still looking good. Jimmy G's out there, Jerry. We get everybody doing all right. Yes. We get into week 5 and 6, week 6 through 7, we're winning, right? We're 5-1. We're starting to think, oh my God. All we gotta do is just stay healthy. Look at this team. We just keep rolling right along, right? We get into week 9, week 10. Oh my God, we've only lost 1 game. We're 9-1. Oh, we're ready. I knew we were gonna be this good. We're going all hysterical. I just know it's gonna happen. Cause it's our time. We should enjoy good health. I think the 49ers, they did say they're going to address this situation because they are looking at it seriously now, because usually you just think it's the luck of the draw. If you're unhealthy and things like that happen, it's just football. You don't look at it as something that can be fixed. You look at it and hope it doesn't happen again. You guys got to get strong. They got to take precautions. I want to know, why did George Kittle, who suffered the year before, his rookie year, he suffered a lot of injuries, and maybe it could have been because he was a rookie. But this year, George came into camp, he was strong. Look, did you see him? Remember we were saying, George has been working out. It paid off. We ended up with an all-pro George Kittle. What if they all take on? I want George to train everybody this season. With everybody this year, you got to work out with George Kittle. And George's going to be giving us reports as to who shows up and who doesn't. So let's go. And isn't it supposed to be? I think it's a misunderstanding by a lot of people. When you have a bad year, you're supposed to have a lighter schedule the following year. It doesn't work like that. I can see right now. You can end up going into a buzzsaw each and every year. It's about division rotation, right? Wherever you had last season, you're not going to have the same division next year as you did last year. So I'm looking at the schedule now, and I'm thinking, man, we got Panthers, Browns, Falcons, Packers, Steelers. Now that's at home. What's light about that schedule? Nothing. That's just the home schedule. The Packers, Falcons, Steelers got some trouble. Oh, you already know that story about that. Some of these teams are going to have some struggles next year, but you can't tell that right now, right? Traditionally, those teams are all strong. If Josh McDaniels goes to the Packers, they are not going to be weak, more than likely. Aaron Rodgers and Josh McDaniels is something that we don't want to see happen. not in the same year we got to play the Packers. Seems like we play the Packers every year anyway. But that could change the dynamic over there real quick from what it was, right? Away games, you got the Saints, Ravens, Bucks, Bengals, Redskins. There's a few teams there that have a few problems too. So I'm not really, the schedule's kind of irrelevant for the team I'm expecting next year. So, I ain't gonna be tripping on, they need to be worried about us, okay? And anybody who looks at the schedule and says, we gotta make no trouble, well, don't. Because the 49ers ain't gonna be no chumps next year, and they ain't gonna be weak either. Looks like Robert Saleh, you heard what Lynch and Shanahan said about him. They're not upset with Robert Saleh. Listen, I tried to tell you, you can't send a man into a fight where everybody's got an AK and he's got a bunch of guys with a bunch of BB guns. The fight wasn't fair. I'm not satisfied with the personnel that Robert Saleh had to be firing him because of having a weak unit. That's all I'm saying. That's all I ever said. We all blamed, not me, but everybody blamed Robert Saleh. I said, no, man, I got Greg Maben over here on one side. I got my youngsters that are having trouble getting things right. I got one veteran that didn't even throw the ball at. Now, what does that tell you? You know what I'm saying? Look at my frontline defense. I ain't got nobody coming off the edge. How am I gonna do? I got Reuben Foster lost his mind. And then you expect this defense to perform? No, it's not going to. And it didn't. Although, I'm gonna give Robert Saleh credit for this. As bad a personnel lineup as he had, toward the end of the year, they start getting a little better. Arik Armstead, I go through this every week and the chat room was all over me. People call in, they're all over me. Arik Armstead, fam, I just want you to remember, okay, let's go back in time just a little bit. We first got Arik Armstead, we were kind of, a lot of us didn't want him. I didn't want him that year either. I'm not gonna keep it straight with you. I didn't want Arik Armstead that year. There's so many other guys. Now that I look back though, in hindsight, I don't know if I wanted Peters either, but I wanted him bad that night. So, Peters goes to Kansas City, now he's in LA. I'm not sure if Peters can be lit up, although he did lead in some categories. But anyway, thing is, Arik came to us, and he wasn't bad in his rookie year. They played him sparingly. He came in, when he did come in, he was kind of impressive. Okay. Next year, here comes his partner, Defoe. Oh, I was losing my mind on draft night. Look what we got. I was right on that, too. DeForest Buckner. He was okay in his first year, but Arik Armstead ends up getting hurt. Now, they were going to be a great tandem together, I'm pretty sure of it. Arik Armstead came into camp that year looking like the best defender in the NFL. I remember everybody was talking about him that year. In camp, he was just killing. But I still blame his mom and his daddy and everybody else who didn't go get that shoulder tended to when he's maybe back in college. If you'd have got that shoulder fixed, none of this would even be happening. Damn it. So Armstead goes down. Now DeForest Buckner's out there being worked like a mule. Damn near kill that boy. And then the next year, Arik Armstead, DeForest Buckner again, together. Arik goes down with injury. Oh my God. Now everybody started to hate him because he can't stay healthy. They worked DeForest Buckner again to death. So everybody's done with Arik Armstead. Damn, you know what? The 49ers have an option. They picked up this 5th-year option, and there's $9-something million. It's not a fully guaranteed contract. The 49ers have already made they pretty much didn't promise they were going to keep Arik Armstead, but they are pleased with what has happened to Arik Armstead in the last year. They've seen growth, they've seen potential, they've seen where they might have a good football player. He stayed healthy all year long, but they have until March. They've already made a promise. Listen, feasibility comes into mind here when it comes to cash manipulation. If we have to make things fit, we're not going to promise Arik Armstead's going to be back, and for that matter, they're not going to promise who's going to be back. But they have until March to make a decision on Arik Armstead, whether they're going to keep him or not. Okay, we'll see if that happens. But right now they're saying Arik Armstead is not priority one to be getting rid of. So he could end up staying. I have a theory I want to share with you. You noticed last year that Arik Armstead played the entire season, right? Now I'm going to link this together with this. Did you also notice that DeForest Buckner had the best season he's had since he's been with the 49ers, which has been the last 3 seasons? Well, 2 seasons plus next year, right? 3. Anyway, and you know where I'm going with this, right? All right, Arik Armstead does create enough violence up front that he has to be attended to. Now, DeForest hasn't had any force like that to stay with him all year until this last season. DeForest Buckner had double-digit sacks. He was an absolute fiend this year. Now, wasn't it? Tell the truth, wasn't he? I'm equating that with the fact that Arik Armstead was over there creating enough violence that the O-line had to deal with him. Even other people on the you got, boy, my boy Ronnie Blair was doing well this year. Solomon T picked it up toward the end of the year. He wasn't fabulous yet, but Solomon T may get there. They still got high hopes from him. All right? We really need to pick up some other people. But meanwhile, Arik Armstead could be a part of the mix. I'm just saying it's clear to me as can be that Arik Armstead was making a difference.
Ronbo, stop.
What?
Stop.
What?
The 49ers won 4 games in 2018.
So?
Ain't nobody trying to hear about Robert Saleh
Oh.
and Arik Armstead.
I'm just saying, MC, blaming everything on Robert Saleh and Arik Armstead
Just hush.
What?
If the team can get better, that's what they do. And I'm gone.
What?
Don't make me come back in here. What you need to do is settle down.
Oh, man. Okay, listen. I agree the team does what they have to do to get better. I'm just saying, putting all the blame on this one, that is not where the emphasis should be. Emphasizing getting better MC, don't come back in here, man. I'm just saying. Just emphasizing where the emphasis needs to be put. Get some more animals in here. Get me that edge rusher. And get me some more pass rushers. That's all I'm saying. And then we review and go over if Robert Saleh has an army in there of fiends and they still get their butt handed to them, okay. Goodbye, Robert Saleh. If Arik Armstead is still having problems, and with that, as I say, it's all about chemistry. Get me some animals. Get me some fiends. I need a couple of more. That's all I'm saying. Hey, the name across the billboard, Antonio Brown. I know. Everybody's talking about it. OBJ. I know. Fam. George Kittle. Is he recruiting? What about family? Did George just look past his bros already on the 49er roster as wide receivers and go after Antonio Brown? I thought we was family, George. Hey, George is just like MC. We do what we have to do to get better. I get it, And if Antonio Brown or OBJ, I prefer OBJ, honestly. I got this pictured out. I got OBJ on one side of the field. I got Marquise Goodwin on the other side of the field. I got Dante Pettis coming out the slot. Not one of these guys can be covered one-on-one. I add to that threesome. I got George All-Pro Kittle out there at the same time. Oh, man. I got Jimmy G moving at the speed he was moving at when he first came to the 49ers, as he now understands the playbook completely. I'm lining up Jerick McKinnon next to him. I got Matty B out there at the same time. Fam, that offensive line is going to gel. Tomlinson's going to be okay. I'm thinking put Joshua Garnett up there where Person says, because I was impressed with what I seen of Joshua Garnett the few times we've seen him this year. He can play. What I see with him, Aaron Donald was pissed off. He was frustrated. He smacked Joshua in the face. I'm telling you, I want this team. As it is, and it will progress. We can do this. There's not a defensive team in the league that can stop that team. Defense is going to get better. I'm telling you, fam. You know what? I want to talk some of these things with you and get some of your opinion on this right now. And hey, I know the comments is working me, man. Go ahead. I'm ready. I'll answer it too. Let's go to the cam. Bam! As you can see by that big gorgeous smile, it's my boy Rio.
What's going on, Ronbo? What's happening, Niner family? How y'all doing?
Rio, I'm catching you because Rio is going to segue quickly. Well, look, Rio's got a little while to go before baseball starts because, as you know, I like to watch Rio on Instagram every year. Rio gives me play-by-play as the Dodgers have made him angry as bad as the 49ers almost made myself laugh to watch on this. Rio, I'm telling you right now, man, it's going to be good with the 49ers, though. And as you know, the drama has already gotten started. They didn't even wait, man. We got OBJ in the mix. You got Antonio Brown came out of nowhere. There's George Kittle must have found out before everybody else. He's over there starting things off. Sup what?
George Kittle out there, he's out there recruiting. So not only is he the best tight end in the league, in the history of the league, just so far out here breaking all these records, and now he can add recruiter to the resume.
Maybe he thinks that, he did a good job. You mentioned George. George had 3 different quarterbacks on the year. There were times like this last week where he was, his army just wasn't that big. When he's went around, when he had Dante Pettis on one side, or Pierre Garcon, Marquise Goodwin, he's got a field full of fiends. He got Trent Taylor back in his slot. He had all kind of guys surrounding him to take a little bit of tension off him. Real, that just goes to show how tough George Kittle is. He was out there with he had Richie James Jr., he had Kendrick Bourne, Trent Taylor. Trent Taylor's been kind of quiet, so wasn't really helping out a lot. He still pulls off 150 yards. You're right, we got an elite tight end.
Elite tight end. Best one in the league. And, the record, Kelsey had it, and everybody was talking about Kelsey. 20 minutes later, Kittle down the middle, bam, we got the yardage, and that was it. And I was listening to the post-game interview with the coach.
Yeah.
And he was like, they pretty much knew, hey, if we can get the ball back, we're going to try to get Kittle the record. Ooh. And people start playing hard. People start flying. I was like, oh, man, that was cool to hear right there.
The defense, that's how together they are. And do you know that blitz that Anton Exum put on, coach said nobody told him to do that? That's how bad they were working to get the Rams the hell up off the field.
Already a bad situation. Ooh. But the team they galvanized, and they got it done and gave him his chance for sure.
Hey, you know something real. You mentioned that. We're talking about how the togetherness of this team, the brotherhood that's been built up. Antonio, I know 49 fans. Ronbo, don't start, man. I'm saying.
Don't start the rumor.
I know, no, I'm just saying Antonio had a little problem in the locker room this last couple of years. Now, Antonio's running around. I've always known, everybody knows he's a diva, but the diva-tude always comes out in your wide receivers the hardest, and can it be damaging? Because I'm looking at Antonio Brown, OBJ, there's another boy. Between Mariah Carey, OBJ, and Antonio Brown, I don't know if there's a difference. Because, Antonio's throwing fits on the sideline. We're watching this go on. I said, man, if you bring him in the locker room, we got a nice locker room. Is it safe?
Everybody knows him. He's on the cover of Madden. He's one of the best in the league today. Would the chemistry be, if we were to get that guy, would the chemistry be able to stay the same? Because it's about the locker room chemistry and how people are, it's a brotherhood in there now. It's not just a locker room of dudes that get paid to play baseball or football. That's a brotherhood in there. So, can we keep them? Can we keep all that together and all that? That would be my question.
He's such a superstar, though. This is the thing.
For sure.
Le'Veon Bell. These guys are such superstars. Do you go ahead and allow what they bring to the table on the field and run the risk and see if you can get them to work out? Is it too scary? Could that be a detriment? Because I think we're going places next year with what we got.
For sure. And running the risk. We are basically right there. We smashed the Raiders. That wasn't even a contest. But the game that I'm pointing out now is the second game against Seattle, where we showed a lot in that game for sure. And even though the season was pretty much wrapped at that time, I believe we're going places next year like you. So in that regard, I think I will go and just I'll risk it. I'll probably risk it. No risk it, no biscuit. So
you might have
to try to do it.
And the rest of the entire Nine Empires will get mad if they don't. And the OBJ, he's in the mix possibly too because the Giants will get rid of him because the only thing about OBJ is he misses some time every year. People's all over Marquise Goodwin for missing the amount of time he had this year.
Right.
Fact is, OBJ misses some time each and every season too, minimum 3 to 4 weeks.
Yep, and they still gave him the big check. So
a huge check. $90 million, 5 years, $90 million. Yeah. See, that's why.
A big check.
Yeah, that's why I don't know, man. I really worry about these guys, but we already got guys getting injuries. Antonio Brown or OBJ, you can't pass them up though. That's the bottom line.
That's true. That's true.
So one of them going to end up in our camp. I'm telling you, I can feel this one. We was trying to get Khalil Mack and failed because the Raiders ain't no damn good. And the Raider fans, your team sucks. Your FO sucks. You could have gave us Khalil Mack, but instead you sent Khalil Mack. Now Chicago's contending for a Super Bowl. And you sent Amari Cooper. You sent him to Dallas. Now Dallas is in the mix.
Now he's flourishing. He got there. And it was like he wasn't even the same player anymore. It's like he was on the Raiders squad. Out there lighting everybody up.
I think he did it on purpose, Rio. I think Amari wanted to play in Oakland no more, man. Because all of a sudden he could play ball as soon as he got to Texas.
All of a sudden, everything is A-OK now. Everything. Yeah, that's true. He probably did it on purpose.
Man. So you know what?
I want out.
So that's what you do from now on. If you want to get out of a team, start dropping the ball, doing a lot of weird things. When you look at Pierre Garçon seems to be awfully sick. All of a sudden, he can't get well.
All of a sudden, yeah.
Last year he went down, but he was legitimately injured last year. But this year, Garçon seemed fine. That last game he played against the Raiders was the last game, right?
I believe it was the Raiders.
And he tore up that night. He wasn't hurt. And then all of a sudden, he's hurt.
He's hurt again. Yeah. It's I'm not sure what's going on with that situation, but I always feel like if you don't want to be here, ask for a trade. That's about it. That's about it. That's what everybody's doing now.
Oh, I know.
They don't want to play where they are. They're asking for trades. They're sitting out. It's starting to be. It's starting to get pretty big.
It's all about the money, but Rio, with all the devastation we had this year, and we had our more than our share. And this has been for years. Rio, you look at that team, how it's made up. Jerick McKinnon, Jimmy G, went down right away. What if all those guys, and we found out that Matt Breita's out of his mind when he runs that ball, that boy is bad. And we found out Raheem Mostert is a bad dude. We didn't have no bad running backs.
No.
Now, if this team would have stayed intact, and the defense is still a little questionable, they're getting a little better now, but Rio, what do you see? What would have possibly happened? It's fun to make these predictions now. Had we stayed healthy, how well would we might have done?
Definitely. Our predictions before the season, a lot of us are saying 10, we're going to win 10 games,
13.
12 games, 13 games, just because of how good we looked when we were healthy at the end of the last year.
Yeah.
I just point that out because as soon as Jimmy G went down, and obviously this is retrospect now, that was the season. Yeah, that was a big injury. A lot of momentum went away. Then we had other injuries on top of that.
One after another.
But within those injuries, we found that we had other pieces. I do like, Briga. As a matter of fact, Briga was on my fantasy football team.
Good choice.
And so I was racking up. I was racking up points. So I finally got it.
Whoa.
For sure. And we got some dudes out there. Kendrick Bourne, I like that dude.
Oh man, Kendrick's my favorite guy, man. People get on me about that. Kendrick's also. I mean, you know what? Kendrick is like you if you were a wide receiver, Rio. He'd be out there having a good time, big smile on his face. Kendrick, every time he mixes, Kendrick gets up and does a whole dance. People don't think he's serious, though. I'm saying he can have fun and get it done.
He can have fun,
and he does.
Yeah. You're playing the kids' game. You should have fun.
I think so. So you
definitely have fun.
And this is why I say, when I look at the guys, I think had they stayed together, you said 10-6. Real, was 9-7 possible?
9-7 was definitely possible. If you think about the games that we lost and how we lost some of these games,
let's go over those. Let's see. 2 of them to Cardinals. Okay, we won 4 games. We won 4. You lost 2 to Cardinals you shouldn't have lost. Jimmy G wouldn't have lost both of those games. We lost to the Green Bay Packers. I think we were on a roll that night. I think we could have dealt with the Packers. That's 3. Okay, that's 7 right there. All right, the game we lost to the Chargers, I don't think they would have came back on Jimmy. That's already 8, right? 1 more. Where is it?
Let's see.
Because we got beat to death by the Hawks the first time, but the second time we beat them.
The second time we beat them.
We lost. The Rams were going to beat us both times this year. I kind of believe that.
I believe, the Rams there on another,
Tampa Bay, Rio.
That's the game.
Right.
The Tampa Bay game. We had that game.
The thing is, Tampa Bay sucks. There's no way we were supposed to just let them beat us up like that. They just ran off with us. See that?
Yeah.
So that's 9. We should have won 9. Minnesota Vikings game. Jimmy was out on the field for that. They just weren't ready after losing Jerick McKinnon so soon. So.
I was ready to see him run, but I'm glad I got a chance to see Breida run more. Like I said, I had to get that dude on my team for sure on fantasy football. So.
Think about
I definitely did that.
And in real, think about the guys that you mentioned, backups that have proven. Do you put Matt Breida? Is he Jerick McKinnon's backup, or do you find a way to get equal time on that field? Because for me, Matt Breida, he could have got 1,000 yards this year if not for that ankle.
Yeah, for sure. And a healthy Breida, that's what we want for sure. What I want to see is a legit competition. They're both good. They're both fast. They both can run.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see who's going to be number 1. And then obviously we already have our number 2, whichever one falls number 2. So definitely I will want to keep Breida. For sure.
And Breida's going to say anyway, but the thing is, they were going to be a 1-2 punch. I don't know how Kyle was going to use him, because Kyle's dream is Jerick McKinnon. Because Jerick McKinnon is a guy that comes out of the backfield. You can line him up anywhere. But Breida made some catches out of the backfield this year that I thought were pretty good. But McKinnon's skill set seems to be a little more sharp in that area. But Breida is going to be my workhorse next year if I could just keep him healthy, right? You think? Because I got Jerick lined up here, I got him here, I got him here. They don't know where he's going to come from, which makes the DC say, call timeout. I can see it. The DC the whole time. Because every time McKinnon lines up in the slot, he lines up on the edge, he lines up on the outside. He can line up in the tight end spot. He can line up anywhere on that line. And you got Juszczyk as well, causing the DC to... Man, every last one of them can catch the ball. Time! I can see that happening all game.
Especially short yardage. That's dangerous.
And that's the West
short yardage.
That's the West Coast offense, right? So that's why I'm thinking McKinnon and Breida could be one of the best combinations. They could just stay healthy. And you got Raheem Mostert go play on special teams, but Raheem could come out there and get you yards.
Yeah,
I'm just shocked by what he can do with the ball running.
Yep, definitely hang on to him. Spell one of the running backs. However you want to do it.
Yeah,
you want to do it.
DJ Reed versus K'Wan Williams.
Hey, you know what? I want to believe in K'Wan Williams, man. But DJ Reed. I like that dude. He just
may be just a little more talented as all is. And K'Wan was working hard that last game before he got hurt, though.
Yeah, for sure.
And then you got DJ Jones. Is Earl Mitchell done in LA? I mean San Francisco.
You know what?
These are the tough decisions they're going to have to make soon.
and that's going to be the problem with a lot of these guys. That's going to be the problem for sure, because the record. Our team versus our record, it doesn't tell the whole story.
Yeah.
We have a lot of talent on that squad for sure. So, That's why I'm glad I'm not a GM for sure, because I don't want to be the one to make these, make any of these moves. That's for sure.
You make somebody else go down there and tell him. All right, because and now you got the thing with Kowalski. Now Marcel Harris, and Marcel does not get hurt. He hurts others. So Marcel Harris, and then I got Adrian Colbert back there, and Kowalski T can go both ways. He can play over the top. He can play in the box. So I got a feeling Kowalski does not get moved. Jimmy Ward was playing good football before he left Rio. People get mad at me, but I'm telling you right now, from what I was sitting, Jimmy looked good until he got hurt.
That's the thing about injuries. And, you got a guy that's working hard. You got a guy that's playing better, getting better every day, and then they get hurt. So it's just that part is frustrating because then you're seeing one end, and a lot of people are still giving doubt. But had he stayed healthy, I guarantee that a lot of people they would have changed his mind on Ward for sure. For sure.
But at this point, he's getting paid a lot, and then you got and then real. You already told me. Kendrick Bourne. I was going to ask you about. How big I'm telling people, man. Kendrick Bourne does not need to be picked on. I'm still trying to get a jersey from a certain individual. We will leave him anonymous tonight because I know he's waiting for me to call his name. I ain't calling your name tonight, buddy. Also, and so you're looking also Arik Armstead. How do you feel about Arik Armstead?
Arik Armstead. That's another one of these guys that. A lot of people doubt him and everything. He's another one of these good players. Just, may need to improve. Stop getting the laundry thrown on the field. Making out, tighten the game up a little bit.
Oh man! And the laundry. What's so funny about that? Because Thomason is a guy that got the laundry. That Thomason's okay though. This is the good news. Scared the bejesus out of me. That's one of the best offensive linemen we got, right? So it's good news on him. He only took MCL, 3 months, he'll be recovered.
He'll be fine.
Oh, God, because that offensive line, they may have to pick up one more guy for Joe Staley, but that's something down the road. I figure they'll address it probably this year, though, so we'll see.
Probably second, third round, probably.
Yep. Hey, but how do you feel about Joshua Garnett?
Joshua Garnett, that's somebody I could probably pass on. I could probably pass on Joshua Garnett.
but real, if you do, you got to put Mike Persons having a hard time. I mean, Aaron Donald just threw him around like a rag doll.
And that's Aaron Donald.
but did you see what happened? Aaron Donald came in. Did you see him and Joshua Garnett fighting in that one scene? Aaron was a little bit frustrated. He got mad.
I mean, he finally showed something. He finally showed some heart. But like I said, man, he might have to start patching up the line.
Yeah, he can't stay on it. And Joshua Garnett gets hurt. He'll get hurt immediately next year too. But the thing is, I did see a difference in that offensive line when he was on it. And Aaron Donald stopped being the bully after Garnett got in there. That was interesting. Because I remember Ndamukong Suh. We played Miami. I guess that's 2 seasons. Well, whenever Joshua Garnett was a rookie, he handled Sue when we played against Miami. I says, okay, Ndamukong Suh is one of the hardest dudes in the world to try to deal with.
Yeah, for sure.
And Garnett was heavier back then too than he is now. But I was kind of interested. We'll see. I'm kind of impressed with him recently because Persons made me mad. I want to see Persons get back on the bench and back up. Don't put him out there because then I'd have first. I got McGlinchey, my first stringer. I got Garnett is a first round draft pick. We have Richburg. It's not Richburg. He had a knee injury, and then I got my 2 first round picks on the left of that. That's 4 first round draft picks on my offensive line. Kind of like that if I can get him to stay healthy.
Yeah.
God. But real, are you trading Nick Mullins? Because I got to tell you, there's got to be people to call it for Nick. There's a lot of teams that are really suffering. You know what? I can even see teams like Jacksonville. I don't think the Giants will do it because the Giants probably want to draft somebody. Teams that are really having a lot of trouble with their quarterback situation. You look at Buffalo even. No, not Buffalo. Buffalo's they trust Josh Allen. There's a few teams, though, that might be thinking, we can work with that Nick Mullins kid. See if the 49ers are willing to deal with him. And what would it take to get Nick Mullins away from him?
First of all, I want to keep Nick Mullins. I want to keep Slick Nick for sure.
You and me both.
But depending on what I get back, I want at least a first rounder.
Ooh, a first rounder.
I want at least a first rounder. But that's why I'm not a GM.
No, but that's why you're serious about keeping Nick Mullins too. That's why I like that.
Yeah, I am that serious. I need a first rounder.
Yeah.
I need at least. I'll be realistic. I need at least a second rounder.
Yeah.
I need at least a second rounder.
Yeah.
Because
I got a short sample, and whoever's on the phone with you will say, "Listen, man, give me a break, John. He's only played 6 or 7 games. I like what I see, but I'm not giving you 2 second-round picks."
Yeah.
But Rio, if Jacksonville calls and says, "Listen, I know you guys like Jalen Ramsey. I have had about enough of Jalen Ramsey. You guys give me Nick Mullins." Straight up now, don't ask you for a draft pick. You give me Nick Mullins, and I'll give you Jalen Ramsey. Do you know that John Lynch would have to think about that for a minute? I bet he would.
He might. Yeah, he might have to think about that one. You're right about that.
Because really, you'd have Jalen Ramsey on one side and Rich and
Richard Sherman. Man, that would be. And then he's a defensive guy too, so that would be something that he give it a good thought. He'll probably pull that trigger. I think John Lynch will pull that trigger for sure. Yeah, man. If you can think about that, that'll help on defense big time.
Man, the options are gonna be crazy. Rio, man.
Yeah.
And like I said, we didn't even wait. It's been since we played? It's early in the week. The game we played Sunday, already we got OBJ on the table, we got Antonio. I suspect within the next few days there's going to be some more names coming up because everybody gets attached to the 49ers because we are the biggest need next to a couple of other teams. The Cardinals, how come nobody's talking about the Cardinals? How come nobody's talking about the Raiders?
Somebody needs to be talking about the Cardinals.
And the Raiders.
And the Raiders.
Yeah.
You don't hear anything about those two teams. Besides the Cardinals letting their coach go. That's about it. You didn't hear nothing else. So.
Hey, is Wilkes out? Because I keep waiting for him to make the announcement.
From what I hear, Wilkes is out. I haven't heard the official announcement, but I think it was yesterday.
Okay.
I saw it on the ticker on ESPN.
Yeah, but they were speculating. I don't know because they already knew that Bowles was gone. The guy over in Miami, he's out, and Cincinnati, Hugh is out. But it seemed to be Wilkes. He may be. You might be right. Maybe I missed it. Because I thought they had. Think about Wilkes for a minute. The man did not have a chance. He came in there with a rookie quarterback and a team that was just been put back together. If you fire him, I know Denver's coach is gone.
Yeah. Vance. I can't think his last name.
Yeah, same here. But we're talking about the same guy. But yeah, a lot of coaches got fired, and Black Monday was his bet. Boy, when they called Black Monday, it was right. Boy, they got a few brothers coaching.
Yeah, right away.
But it was. But before anybody says, Ronbo, don't start that racist stuff. I'm just making a joke about it because they got rid of a couple of white guys too. But the thing is, it was a rough Monday, and they're going to fire some more guys too. So I'm telling you, I coach the staff. Rio, Robert Sala's in a lot of trouble. Has Robert Saleh made you mad too?
You know what? I was hoping that you wasn't even going to bring that dude up. I'll say this, though. Beginning of the year, I wanted his head. I wanted his head on the stake. Get out of here.
Oh, man.
I'll say this. That defense has improved. That defense is coming around. I'll be willing to give him another year.
All right.
I'll be willing to give him another year, give him some pieces, and let's see what he can do.
Because the defense did look a little bit better. We're not. But we're not going to get. I can't imagine Gruden passing or trading down away from Nick Bosa. Now, Josh Allen and there's a few other names that are tossing around. They say this draft is rich with pass rushers, but Nick Bosa is supposed to be technically the best technique, his speed. He knows how to use his strength. If we miss on the Nick Bosa sweepstakes, have you got anybody in mind that you like?
I was just about to look at my notes. I wrote down the guy's name because I knew I was going to forget it.
Is it Josh Allen?
No, it is.
Well, that dude's from Louisiana Tech.
I like this guy from Florida State,
Hey,
defensive end.
I heard about him for the first time yesterday on Twitter.
Yeah, I heard about him 2 days ago. 2 days ago, and they linked a YouTube video, so I watched some of his YouTube film.
Is his last name P.O.? Is his last name Polite? P.O.L.?
No. That's another one of those guys, though.
Okay.
Yeah, you're talking about Polite. I can't think of his first name.
I like that better, Polite. Is that
Yeah, I think it's
I'd rather
Polite.
call him that than Polite. Polite makes him sound like he's real tough. Man, that's the guy I just heard about. But you got another guy out of Florida.
Brian Burns.
Brian Burns.
I wrote his name down. Brian Burns. He's a defensive end. 99, I think his number is.
Like I said, because the chat, the comments are going to come in on that. Now, there's going to be those comments that say, "Oh yeah, this dude, man, that is the dude. That dude would run through walls, get through people." And then there's going to be and then because we always get the fun thing about the chat now, not the chat, but the comment section. Now you got experts on every position. There's going to be that guy that comes in and says, well, he's good for this, that, he's good for that, but he's not good for the 3-4, the 4-3, or whatever, And then you have the other guy that says he's good coming off the edge and this and that. So go ahead, comments. We're waiting for you. Kill me. Well, we got a lot of experts in the Line of Empire. I kind of appreciate it because every week, I love to argue, man. It's just, God. This draft coming up is going to have a lot of choices, especially when you control the draft like we do with the second pick.
Oh, yeah, we do. Yeah, we do, for sure.
We've only got 5 picks on Rio. Do we trade it down? Hey, Rio, are you going to trade those picks down? Or are you going to go ahead and keep those top picks? Because you got your number 2. Do we stay with that this year or do we trade it down?
It depends on what we can do before, in the free agency market first. Before we get there. If we can get a spot that we need, I will trade down to try to get some more picks. If there's somebody that they covered, which I'm sure they got the draft board. They got 2 or 3 guys that they'll go with number 2. They might just stay with that plan. I just can't think of anybody that we would need at number 2. So, I would probably trade down depending on what I can get in the offseason.
Yeah, because if you're not going to get Nick Bosa, because I think prioritize, it's probably the edge. I would guess. They may think they need another wide receiver because you know what? The kid over Devin White, the linebacker.
Oh, yeah.
Since you don't have any more Rubin, you got the other guy at LSU, the Greedy. Everybody's talking about Greedy being you. But Greedy next to Sherman, man. We can shut down defenses. Y'all need to calm down, man. We need it. Because I'm last year, everybody talked me out of an edge rusher. This year, I'm not having it, So anyway. But Rio, before we get into a 2-hour session, let me let you go to bed. It's getting late. Rio.
Yeah, man.
So Rio,
it's about that time.
Tell your fam. Hey, Rio, I'm going to count you down, man. I would ask you about next maturity. I'm going to get you back and we'd ask about next season's predictions, all right?
Oh, for sure, man. I'm always ready.
Rio, you ready for the holiday? Ain't nobody going to bed in the house yet, is he?
No, not yet. No. They know I'm talking around.
And then they got to allow for Rio to make some noise. 3, 2, 1.
Niners! Yeah, baby. That's what's up.
Thank you, Rio. Always a pleasure to talk football with you, fam. Hey, fam, think about some of the things that are going on right now, because offensively, I'm telling you right now, this team's going to be crazy good. I want, we're going to hang out all off season long anyway, and we ain't going to be separated no more anytime soon. So starting next week, any things that break down across the wire. Somebody did say, Antonio Brown, up! Ronbo, where you at, man? I know, I couldn't get in there, man. Anything that develops from now on, look for me. I'll be there, fam. See you Friday. Let's talk about what's going on. I'm sure it's something else probably going to develop because it looks like every team, every player that's having a problem is coming to San Francisco as far as the media is concerned. Fam, please don't forget to hit like, share, and subscribe. See you. I can see you in a minute. Oh my God, it's going to be great all season.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
Niners! You'll never have the secret store.
Well, I got to get that work done.
Oh, this you crazy mother.
Niners!